Well, disappointing game for us. Give Minnesota credit. I thought they played well. I thought Amir Coffey was fantastic tonight. He controlled the game really on both ends. I thought his length, his shot blocking, his ability to disrupt on defense, and then offensively he was terrific tonight. I thought we did a really good job on their bigs. If you look what Murphy and Otoro have been doing, the last couple weeks, Murphy only has 6 points and 7 rebounds, and Otoro 6 points. So those guys go 5 for 17. So I thought we did the job against their bigs. Our inability to score has just been our kryptonite, much of the year. I mean, we just every time we try to get some momentum, every time we try to get some things together, we just can't string together 2, 3, 4 buckets in a row. Even still in the second half, I thought, the effort was there, the fight was there, the guys were trying to work their way back in the game, and then I thought we got about 3 or 4 open threes in an open court situation. We didn't make any of them, and that's been the thing that's really hurt us this year is our ability to score. Again, you score 50 points, it's going to be tough to win in the Big Ten. And I thought our turnovers in the first half hurt us. 9 turnovers, was a big number. We just had a game in our last game where we had 3 turnovers the whole game. So to have 9 in the first half tonight was concerning. Part of it was Minnesota. I thought their length, they have good length, they have good size, and I thought they were disruptive on that end.
Pete Nance obviously came back tonight and played his first action. What do you think of the way he played tonight?
I thought he did fine. It's not easy, guys, and he really got sick. So I mean, he lost a lot of weight, he lost a lot of conditioning. And to get those games, and then now to be thrown in, late in the year in a high-level game with these kind of players, especially on the front line, playing against Murphy and Otoro. I think all things considered, I thought he did a lot of good things. Obviously his game legs are a little rusty, but to be able to play him 21 minutes tonight, and we need to keep getting him back out there, and that's what was so upsetting to me about his sickness, being out, was because he needs that experience, he needed those games, and here these last couple, we got to throw him out there and see what he can do as he's getting back.
How did the free throw disparity hurt you tonight?
Well, I mean, they're going to get to the line. I mean, they're a big physical team. Really outside of Derek, we're not a team that really posts up and goes inside a lot. It's 19-10. Was that the reason we lost? I'm not sure that was the reason. If you're looking for that, I mean, I thought, it was more our inability to score, and I thought Coffey's outstanding play. And in the first half, I thought it was our turnovers, that led to scores in transition. Yeah, I mean, I thought Minnesota played good defense, so I don't want to say that, but I did think we got a lot of open looks. I got to watch the film again, but from my eye, of the 24 threes, I thought a majority of those were pretty open looks, where we got shots inside out, or we ran offense or in transition, and we just did not shoot well tonight, and that's kind of been, again, that's when we haven't played well, and during this stretch, really most of our games it's due to the offense. Because our defense is pretty good. I mean, if you were to say to me before the game that Murphy was going to have 6 and 7 and Otoro was going to have 6, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Otoro had like 40 points and 20 rebounds in his last 2 games. So, I mean, to hold him to 6, to hold Murphy to 6, to hold them to 5 threes. I think Kalsher had 6 threes in his last game. He gets 1 tonight. It's not the defense. It's not the defense. It's our inability to put scores together, and that's really hurt us, during the conference season.
Ryan didn't score tonight and hasn't really looked like the volume scorer that he's been in the past in a while now. How do you kind of explain what this season's been for him, and why haven't things worked with him recently? Yeah, no, I mean, I just, there's, first of all, there's a concerted effort from other teams not to give him shots. I mean, if you watch, I mean, they're really on him. We tried to run some stuff for him to get him clean looks. But again, I have to continue to try to do a good job. I mean, trying to get him shots and get him to spots where he can help us, because we need production. You look at our
Right now you have 2 guys in double figures, a couple guys with 9, but we only had, like 4 guys who scored. If you take Aaron Falzone's late 3 out, and you're just not going to win. So, I got to find ways to get A.J. Turner involved. I got to find ways to get Ryan Taylor involved. And, we have to continue. And then, there's a lot of athletic guys that are trying to get up on him and make it tough for him, and they've done a good job with that. And, I think at times, our inability to kind of break people down at times can hurt him, because then he doesn't get a lot of open kickouts. That's just not how we're constructed with this team. We don't really break you down off the dribble. A little bit gains. Other than that, we have to be a function of our offense. We have to screen, we have to make cuts, we have to work together, and I think that hurt him a little bit. We don't really have a lot of pick and roll guys with this team, so you don't get a lot of times where he's getting those shots out of the pick and roll. So certain areas where he might get more looks, part of that is just the makeup of this team. But again, down the stretch, I gotta continue to work hard to try to get him involved and get him going.
Through losing streaks like this before, do you kind of lean on those past moments, and you've got a locker room full of competitors, and what's it like when you just can't really get
it's not easy. It's not easy. And tonight we weren't worthy of winning. Minnesota outplayed us, but I thought during this stretch there were a handful of games where we, Wisconsin, I thought we put together a great effort. I thought obviously the Iowa game on the road I thought was one of our better efforts. So for those guys not to be rewarded with winning, it can wear on you. There's no question, to go through a stretch. And the thing that I respect about our guys is they come every day. Their attitudes have been good. I don't see anybody laying down. I don't see any quitting our guys. We've struggled. We've had our struggles, but it's not because of effort, and it's not because of attitude. And I know the guys in that locker room. We got a big senior class, guys that have played a lot of games, that have been a part of a lot of winning here, that are going to do everything in their power to try to finish this thing right. And until they tell us we don't have any more games, we're going to keep preparing. And we got a game Sunday, and we're going to try to get ourselves ready for that one, and come out and see if we can put together 40 minutes and try to get a win.
2 threes midway through that first half, and he came out starting the second half. What do you like seeing from him, and what do you think his role is going forward for the rest of the season?
We think Miller has a chance to be a very good player. I think he's got a chance to be a dynamic scorer for us. He's got a strong body. He can shoot the ball. This year has been a great experience for him learning. He's learning where to pick and choose his spots, where he needs to improve. I think for all of our young guys, that's why I was so upset about Pete missing all that time. They need these games. It's the one thing about the Big Ten is there's so many good veteran teams, and for young guys like you saw with Minnesota, they're young guys. With Otoro and Kalsher, those 2 guys have really, because of their experience, they've really improved as the season has gone along. And, I really feel the last few games I've seen signs out of Miller. I thought he did some really good things tonight. I think he's going to learn from everything that went through this year, and I think you're going to see him and Pete both make a big jump, as they go. They're both a huge part of our future, and nothing has changed in that regard.
I guess speaking about that future, obviously with the senior class heading out after this season, what is the mindset heading with this team, even past the Big Ten tournament? And
right now I'm not thinking about I'm thinking about this team, because it's a disservice to that senior class. So I'll think about the future, when we're told we don't have any more games and we have to turn the page. Right now, all my energy, all my emotion right now is to do my very best for Derek Pardon, Vic Law, Aaron Falzone, Jordan Ash, Ryan Taylor, Charlie Hall. We got 6 seniors. And everything about me is thinking about the now, because that's not fair to those guys, and that's not what I owe them. And so really my whole focus right now is to try to, with my staff, put something together and to see if we can win on Sunday at Illinois. And we'll start thinking about the future when this season's over and we don't have any more games left. All right. Thank you, guys.